6:18 on this Sunday morning, which for many areas is starting out partly cloudy and comfortably cool. We have some 40s over the mountains, 50s and lower 60s at lower elevations, and we've had some pockets of pretty color in the sky. There's a view from Underwater Connection near I-25 and Garden of the Gods, looking back towards Pulpit Rock. Always nice to peek around the neighborhood weather network in the morning. And 56 degrees, that's nice sleeping weather. 61 right now in Pueblo West. Kind of guessing there are quite a few people still asleep. But for those of you who have gotten up nice and early, having some coffee and hanging out with us, we appreciate it. Step outside and you'll notice that, yeah, a little bit of a bite in the air this morning, but probably feels nice. Dew point temperature does a real good job here of tracking available water in the lower parts of the atmosphere. Notice that all the darker greens just kind of go away here this afternoon. So we are not expecting to have a lot of water around in the lower parts of the atmosphere to support thunderstorms over the plains. Temperatures, as mentioned, right now are pretty nice with 50s and 60s at lower elevations. Most mountain areas are in the 40s, but check out Leadville down to 35 already. So maybe a little frost up there across the higher terrain. Skycast shows mostly sunny conditions for the majority of the area through noon. However, near the Colorado-New Mexico state line, a couple of showers could be popping up around lunchtime, mainly over the higher terrain to the west of Trinidad. Then during the balance of the afternoon, notice how little coloring we have on the map here. Just some very spotty, generally weak showers and thunderstorms developing primarily over and near the mountains, and we're certainly not expecting any of those to be terribly strong today. We'll be a little warmer area-wide with 80s and 90s commonly found over eastern Colorado, looking for temperatures to be in the 70s to lower 80s for the mountains and mountain valleys. And if a storm comes by your area later on, could shade you, help to cool things off. Any storms that do develop, and again, there won't be many of them, will drift very slowly off to the south and east through this evening, then come to an end. And the rest of the night looks pretty quiet. Probably a mostly clear sky. We'll keep the wind light. Should wake up to a nice cool start to the day tomorrow as well. So as you're heading off to work, should feel real nice in the morning, but we'll get pretty hot in the afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. Notice we keep thunderstorms in the forecast tomorrow, but like today, these are going to be very, very spotty. We might see a few more storms start to develop as the monsoon flow increases a little bit again by Tuesday and Wednesday, but it does not appear likely that until the end of the week we'll have great chances for real heavy rain. And that's because a cold front will come in late Thursday into Friday, so our temperatures should fall back into the 70s. We'll go ahead and increase some of that available moisture again at the lower levels, and that should support some storms that'll have a little bit more kick. We'll look for temperatures to be in the 90s for the next several days, at least through Thursday as it looks now. I don't think you'll have to worry much about rain today or tomorrow. Couldn't rule out a rumble of thunder Tuesday or Wednesday, but at a 10% coverages, we're certainly making no guarantees. By Friday and Saturday, we'll up the coverage a little bit, and those storms that do develop will be better rainmakers. Highs then will fall into the middle 80s too, so we'll get some relief from what should be a pretty good stretch of heat here. Canyon City will get you back up into the 90s starting tomorrow, keep you there through Thursday. Overnight lows in the 50s and lower 60s. The trend on storms for you won't really be any different than it will be for anybody else. Some spotty storms should return to the area probably middle of next week, but the latter part of next week is when we're more likely to have chances for some heavier rain with storms that do develop, especially Friday into Saturday as it looks now. Mountain areas this time of year, hard to remove the mention of at least a little bit of thunder and lightning on any given afternoon, so I won't try. That's just outthinking myself here, and Mother Nature just smacked me upside the head, so it's a bad idea. But we'll go ahead and figure on 60s towards the end of the week, end of the weekend, and again, at that point, maybe some heavy rain will be more of a threat again. But between now and then, I think we're talking more about, just very brief rainfall. Sure, we could get some lightning, that's always a possibility. Some gusty wind and some cooling, but no big hail. We're not looking for flooding problems the next few days. Just garden variety stuff.
And not a ton of cooling in Pueblo or Canyon City. Those temperatures are still going to be hot. Yeah,
see, some days, at least if you get that heat, you can kind of count on the storms to come through and help you out in the afternoon. But no, I don't think along the Arkansas River we're going to have much of that.
Good. All right. Thanks, Marty.
You're welcome.